3, 2, 1. Boom! What is up, Mind Buzz Universe? Welcome back to the Mind Buzz podcast. Stop laughing, Amber.
You're really trying to make that one work.
I'm making it happen, dude. We got to make something happen. Or should we just do a poll to see what the Mind Buzz Universe wants to be called?
What we should call our listeners?
I think so. But welcome back to the Mind Buzz podcast, Mind Buzz Universe. What is up? Thanks for tuning in to another podcast episode. And remember that the Mind Buzz podcast is a part of the My Grito podcast network, My Grito Industries. We got a couple of things that we want to cover before we get into today's podcast episode. And I think Amber is going to take the lead on this one.
Yeah.
Amber?
All right. So we just have a few updates from our label. So just a reminder, La Rosa Noir's new album, Arellano, is out now on all listening streams. So go listen to that. Also, Bad Hombres, they have a recent single called El Catrín.
Which is freaking awesome. I love the song. Bernard and the guys, Bad Hombres, are kicking ass.
Yeah, they did amazing.
El Catrín.
So it can be found on Spotify, and make sure to add it to your favorite music playlist. The Paranoias, they're playing a free show this Saturday at the Grande Hills Street Fair. Hey, that's cool. Free show. Go check them out. If you haven't.
That's within my budget.
That's within my budget.
Yes,
too.
I like it.
And then, Maria Sanchez will be performing this Saturday at the Shadow Grove Brewing. And if you haven't seen her, you should, because their band is amazing. So for more details, go ahead and go follow all of their Instagram accounts, which we will we'll leave linked in the show description. But yeah, that's our update.
That's your My Grito weekly update. And Amber, I do want to highlight what we did the past couple of weeks. Some press releases. I did a podcast called Copy and Still Podcast, out now on YouTube. I also did I'm Being Seriously. Title of the podcast episode is Clash of the Pods, the roast of the Mind Buzz. And then just today, me, Gil from the Mind Buzz, was on Emo Brown podcast. Woo. Please go check it out on YouTube and Spotify. It was awesome. Shams, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And we had a good time. So go check out that podcast, Emo Brown. Other than My Grito Podcast Network, the Mind Buzz, Emo Brown is also part of the My Grito podcast. We have Chicano Shuffle. We have West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, Tragos Amargos. And am I missing anybody?
Nope,
that's it, right?
That's it.
Cool. All right. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode with our guest, Alex. He's an aspiring writer and producer and content creator. He's mouthing out over here. I appreciate it.
He's showing you his cue cards?
Yeah.
I'm like with the big signs right here.
There you go. He's already getting started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Alex. Thanks, man, for being on the podcast.
Of course, man. Thank you guys so much for having me here. I'm super excited to be here, you guys. I am just excited,
Muy excited.
Yeah, because
excited.
This is actually my first podcast,
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, have you done anything like this before?
I have not. This is my first time. So,
okay.
Very excited.
Amber, be nice to him, okay?
I am. I'm
Please
always
be
nice to
nice.
him.
Okay, good. But yeah, dude, welcome. Thanks for coming out. I'm super excited that this is your first podcast and we get to experience that with you.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
So you are newly a graduate, right? And you are starting your master's?
Yeah, so I just graduated from Cal State Dominguez Hills this past May. I am right now in the process of submitting my application for my master's program. My major was film and TV production. What I want to go for my master's is actually either I'm in between two programs. So the first one is a showrunner program, or the other one is writing and producing for TV. Again, so yeah, I'm an aspiring producer, a writer. I have some stuff written that I've done for like in the past projects that I've done for school. But right now, like I'm just like trying to keep the ball going, so I don't want to lose the momentum. So
Keep the momentum going.
yeah,
It was cool because we know Alex on a personal level, but it was also cool to see you at the Elevate conference by Chicano Hollywood. That was awesome.
it was. There were so many people out there that was just like, being in a room full of like Latinos, aspiring directors, producers, actors, writers, and just seeing people from that level, like who was there? It was Edward James Olmos, Luis Guzman, Emilio Rivera, and then there was like other podcasters, social media influencers, and just seeing like how they have grown from like, because I mean obviously they've been in the game for such a long time, so like just seeing like their progress and like their obstacles and like the things that they had faced, it's like, oh, okay, like they're like us too, like we've gone through the same thing as well, so like just being able to see that and just like, okay, like I can relate.
Right. Yeah, and especially to get everybody under one roof for a couple days, it's not easy. So Johnny Murillo did a really good job to get all us creators
it was
under one roof.
Yeah.
And so we were there Saturday, but how was Friday?
Friday was cool.
Yeah.
I went for both days. Friday I went with my friend. I invited her, Gabriela Bañuelos. She's also a social media influencer.
That's right.
So we both went. I told her, hey, let's go, like just to network, to meet people, and not just that, but just to like see what we can like learn and take away from that, But it was cool, like how I was saying, like there was a lot of social media influencers, a lot of people that are in the industry already, that they know their ways of like working in the industry, knowing the ropes, and just having them give their feedback to us. It was just like it was nice, just to hear them out as well.
How did you feel walking out of the place?
I was very inspired.
Yeah.
I was like, I got this. Like it just motivated me to do better and, to be better, So I was just like, that's when it was like, all right, I need to like, just keep going,
Yeah. And it helps to do stuff like this too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Especially, dude. Yeah. So Friday was the podcaster type of content creator day. And then Saturday was more, they had the comedy panel, which was cool. Alfred Robles.
Oh, I got there late.
Joey Medina. Oh yeah, you didn't catch that.
No, I didn't catch that.
Joey Medina. Who else was there? Jerry Garcia. And am I missing anybody else?
There was somebody else, but I can't remember who it was.
Awesome. They must have been a catch. Thanks, Amber.
But yeah, even people like in the industry, like they were there. Like it was cool. Just having everybody in there in the same roof. It was amazing.
Yeah, I wonder if he's having anything else. I haven't seen anything, but I'm honestly I'm looking.
Right? Yeah, like some classes recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually on what is it? Labor Day, on November. What holiday is it?
Yeah, Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Day. Oh,
that Saturday.
Oh, that's right. He's doing some classes or something right there. I just heard that on the Mind Buzz right now.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go. So I ended up signing up.
Oh, you are?
I was like,
oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna go to see what I can do, network with people, meet people, and just learn from them.
How important is that to you? Like, is that something that you've always thought about doing, like in like conference networking type of style, or?
You see, this is the thing with me. I'm a very social person, so like when I meet people, like I tend to like talk to them, and I could keep a conversation going,
Mm-hmm.
But for like this event that's going on, like I feel like there are opportunities there. Like why not take it, and you never know who you might meet. So for me, it's like it's a win-win.
Have you always been like that? It's
like,
hard for me.
Very talkative and
very,
I don't know. Just it comes out naturally. Like that's just me. That's just who I am. Like even when I'm with my friends hanging out, they're like, damn, like you tend to like. You get to like a lot of people gravitate towards me, and like I'm very easygoing, and I'm like, I guess very approachable, so.
Amber, like she pushed me. What was it? Like literally pushed me on the ground. No, what day was it? Was it Saturday?
When? Oh,
so we
on Saturday.
Yeah, we went to Chicano Comedy Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was so awesome. Oh, shout out Martin Rizzo for all that and what you did, your hospitality and everything. But Paul Rodriguez, we got VIP section. It was awesome. We were able to go backstage, all that good stuff. But Paul Rodriguez was like standing right there, all alone, right there. And Amber was like, "I'm gonna go talk to him. Let's go talk to him." I was like, "Oh my God, no!" Because usually that it happens, right? When you're in spaces like that, you you have all these talented people that have been doing it for years. I've been watching Paul Rodriguez since I was a little kid, dude. And he honestly like one of the main comedians that like I would want to be. You know what I mean? When you're a small Latino kid, it was George Lopez, Paul Rodriguez, and Joey Medina, right? At least for me. But Amber pushed me to go take a picture. Just a picture with him, and shaking his hand was like the best thing in the world for me, bro. But yeah, she got me out there, and I think that's like right now what I'm trying to shake off is just like that weird anxiety that I get to
I get you,
network and just to say hi.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Do you have that picture?
We did.
Yeah, we got it.
I always think that maybe not Paul Rodriguez is as nervous as you are, but like when you go into like a networking setting, right? Everyone's there with that common goal of making connections, meeting someone, doing something in that realm that I always think like, why am I gonna feel overwhelmed or embarrassed or anything if everyone else is probably feeling the same exact thing, right? So I always try to kind of have that mentality of we're all here for the same reason, we're all trying to make a connection, be here, and maybe we're all nervous, and that's okay. And then I think like when like a celebrity, like I don't really like to go up to celebrities because I always feel like they're probably like, here's another picture,
and that's how I feel.
Yeah, but I knew how bad you wanted to, like, you seen him and you were like, oh, and I knew that if you weren't gonna go alone, so I said, okay, you know what, I'll muster the courage and I'll go and I'll do it for you. Like that was my thing. And I always think like, because Gil's always like, oh, you're never impressed by anyone. Oh, no one ever impresses you. And it's not that I'm not impressed, but I think that I always told myself like, I'm not less than anybody else, and I'm never gonna make myself feel less than anyone else. So pretty much anyone is on the same playing field as I am. Like that's how I feel. Like I'm not saying like, oh, they're not superior because, you know, they have a career or whatever, but as far as approaching someone, you know, it's I'm not gonna be scared to approach someone because I think they're better than I am. Like, no, you know. So I don't know, that's what I go out.
That's your formula
That's my formula.
to your approach to something like this?
Yeah. I just think I'm like, they're a human being just like me. They're a person just like me. At some point, they struggled. At some point, they were me. At some point, they saw someone else that they admired, and they were me going up to them. So I just think like it's a full circle. And
you know what? That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Amber? I can actually relate to that because what was it? Like towards the end of May or the beginning of June, I think it was the last day of May, I went to La Leaf. I'm not sure if you know what that is. So it's pretty much just Los Angeles Latino International Film Festival. I ended up going. They were premiering the movie Flamin' Hot. So I was there, right? And there was like these huge top-notch producers, directors, actors, and everything. And I was just amazed because I was like, damn, I can't believe like I'm here. I'm in a room full of amazing people, talented people. Tell me why. Edward James Olmos. I'm telling you, this guy, he is amazing. All right. Like I've seen him in different movies. Same thing with my siblings. Like they would like reenact like starting like quotes from like movies, stuff like that. But being in that same room with him, oh my God. Like he literally, like I kid you not, dude. He was sitting 5 seats away from me.
Whoa.
And to me, that was a big deal because I'm like, yo, it's Edward James Olmos. Like this is an icon right here. Like he's a legend. So anyways, when I saw him, I was so starstruck that I couldn't speak. Like he passed by in front of me because he had to go like do like an intro and whatnot. And my friend was like, oh, Alex, look, Edward James Olmos. So literally like when he passed by me, I was just like in shock and I couldn't like move because of how like starstruck I was, you know? But anyways, I didn't get to meet him that day, you know? But I did get to meet him the day of the Elevate conference with Chicano Hollywood, and being able to just meet him, even if it was for like 30, 40 seconds, dude, like just him being able to like have me approach him and just like take a picture with him and just like talk to him real quick. It was just, it made my day, honestly.
Yeah. And especially with like a setting like that, it's, at least for me, it's easier to approach people because we're all under, you know, we're in one spot, and that's pretty much what the goal is, right? Where the goal is to network, to talk.
Yeah.
And I think it was a little bit easier. I was able to go up to talk to Jerry Garcia. I was able to talk to him. Me and Alfred, he's been on the podcast before, and we see him all the time. We go to his shows. It's cool to always catch up with him. But talking to Joey Medina and asking him the question, because I was raising, you see it, dude. I was raising my hand, and they were like, "Okay, no more questions." I was like, "Oh, come on," and like I got off my chair to go chase him to ask him the question that I had, and it was just cool. Like, we need stuff like that. Like in this community, we need stuff like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you agree?
I agree 110% because you don't see that many. At least now you do, but I feel like before you didn't really see a lot of like Latino actors, actresses, or like producers or directors. So I feel like it's important, you know.
So who's like your favorite film director right now?
Well, for me, it's Edward James Olmos, but
he's a director.
Yeah, he's a director producer.
Really?
He's directed a few films.
Can you pull up the films that he's?
Unless produced, I'm not too sure. Can you? You know who's another one? Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, I love
He's
him.
Amazing.
Let's pull him up.
Okay.
I think his last one was Pinocchio.
What?
Was it?
Guillermo del Toro is the one that did Pan's Labyrinth, which is one of my favorites. The Shape of Water.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Never seen it.
Come on.
No, I'm serious. I've never seen it.
Right,
I think
we're watching it tonight.
Okay. Oh, you did Hellboy too?
Hellboy.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Green Inferno, I believe.
Whoa. Okay. Okay, we know what he looks
This
like.
one's-
Can you get a list of the films that he's done?
Pan's Labyrinth, the one in the middle, the
Mhm.
two hands, the famous little.
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's really cool.
we just heard recently that he's really nice by a friend that
Oh, nice.
had some encounters with him.
Really?
Yeah, don't you remember he said
I
when he
don't
used to
remember
go-
anything.
I can't say the
Sorry.
name because he didn't want to know where he worked at, but he said when he used to go up to the gate that he was just like really nice.
Was I there when
Yeah,
you
you were
talked
there.
about this?
You were probably looking at something.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, Pinocchio is the latest one. 2022.
Pinocchio, Pan's Labyrinth, The Shape of Water. Wait, hold on. Isn't this? Okay, never mind. Shape of Water, Pacific
Cabinet
Rim.
of Curiosities. This is the one that we seen when the girl was putting all that lotion, the weird one.
Oh, so he did that one?
Him. Yeah. It's
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Pacific Rim, Hellboy, Nightmare Alley. He's Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Mexican filmmaker and author, yeah.
Yeah, from Guadalajara, Jalisco.
Whoa.
Shout out to Guadalajara, Jalisco.
There you go. See, your Google's gonna say.
A recipient of 3 Academy Awards, 3 BAFTA Awards, and Emmy Award with his work have been characterized by a strong connection to fairy tales and horror with an effort to infuse physical and poetic beauty in the grotesque. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what the basis of his like films are like fairy tales, but
Mhm.
also very like monstery-ish. I wonder where that stems from. I wonder if it's. I wonder if he makes movies like that. Like if it's something, I don't want to say a trauma, but maybe a trauma from his childhood or something.
I think so, because a lot of creativity comes out of just like weird emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you ever get that? Are you writing anything right now?
I'm about to start, but I've done some stuff in the past, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have to submit some stuff for my master's program. So like I'm in the process right now, like thinking like what do I want to write about, you know? So
Mhm. So,
but hold on, but
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. No, sorry, were you gonna say
no,
something?
go ahead. I'm joking.
No, you see, this is the thing. Like
This is all about you, Alex. Okay, it's all about me. You.
no, this is the thing. Like I didn't know I had it in me. The whole writing thing. Like I remember like being in school. My professor was like, "All right, this is the topic. These are the first 2 pages that I did for you guys. Continue it." So when he told us to continue the writing script, my mind just started like flowing. Like all of these things just started coming into my mind. I'm just like, all right. So I started like typing away, and like it just came out naturally. Honestly, for me, I was just like, damn, like I didn't know I had it in me. You know, like it was insane.
So, what would you say that your writing style is like?
I would have to say like kind of like thriller horror, because I do like scary movies. So because I did actually wrote a short film.
Thought of something.
What?
It's true that you say that you like thriller and horror. FYI, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But FYI, I've known Alex since you were what? Maybe
I was like,
8 or 9?
She was saying something about diapers.
no, 10.
Oh. Okay.
No, he was probably like 10.
Oh, okay.
But Alex, his parents worked all day, and then sometimes we would get home because I'm friends with
I already know where
his
this is
sister.
going.
And Alex every year would decorate the entire house. And here he is, 10-year-old Alex with all these decorations, and he's like putting like spider webs and then like heads and stuff like that. And they would like take you to go get like props, right? And then or things that you had from the year before. So he's all like a home alone, 10 years old, and we're just like in his sister's room, and then we just hear him like creeping up the staircase, and he's putting like things out, and then we come out and he has like a whole cemetery and lights, and he's always had this like production, like making something happen for Christmas too. Like it was just always him decorating and something. And honestly, I didn't think you I should have known that you were gonna do something with like film and all that, but I didn't. I was just like, oh, maybe he'll be an interior designer or something.
Now, you know what? That's funny that you're saying that, because my family would always be like, oh, like you're gonna be like a party planner, because I tend to like coordinate a lot of stuff. I don't know, that's just me, you know. And like my mom would always say like, oh, like you can plan so and so's party or someone's quinceañera. I'm just like, I'm not. No. But yeah, no, I mean, going back to that, like I'm the type of person that I like to like go all out, you know, especially with like decorating my house for like the holidays or stuff like that. At least not right now, just because I haven't had the chance and I've been a little bit busy, but that's usually me during the holidays.
So you've always had the creative knack for something like that, right?
Yeah, I have.
Where do you think that comes from? Is it just out of boredom? You just want to create a different reality from your own?
I mean, I don't know. I just get the spark, the idea, and I just
run with it.
Run with it, you know.
Where do you think most of your imagination comes from?
Just by seeing other things from like people that have done in the past, I'm like, oh, I could do it better,
Oh,
or
okay.
maybe not even better, maybe different, you know.
Yeah.
So that's just how I get it.
Yeah. In the creative, like in the creative space, it's hard to be different because there's so like, come on, like.
Yeah.
There's been hundreds of thousands, millions of people that have been doing this for
Years,
decades, right? It's hard. It's hard not to. I don't want to say copy anybody, but it's just it's very difficult. But also to keep it your own, right? I think that's the hard part too. It's cool to be inspired, but also you gotta make it your own.
Yeah, and be unique too, you know. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about being unique is like being yourself.
Exactly.
100%, right? Because you're your own person and I'm my own person, and like nobody else has the same mind as me or idea. Yeah. Right? Do you like reading, dude?
It depends. If we're talking about books, no. But if we're talking about like an email or like something on social media, then yeah.
No, because I've been pushing this book
like
for
text, yes.
Yeah, I've been pushing this book on a lot of creatives, and it's called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Oh my god, dude, it's really good.
Yeah,
it is super awesome. She's gonna pull it up, and I think we should email Elizabeth Gilbert because we've been talking about this book for about a year now, and we need to get on some like program to where
do it on audiobook, that way you don't have to physically sit there.
It's really good. She has all these creative concepts to get you to where you need to be, and she's an author. She's just awesome, dude. And I encourage everybody to, if you're in a creative space you want to start, or you are in a rut of writing, of creating something, this is the book to do it.
Big Magic,
Elizabeth Gilbert. But yeah, dude, I just hearing all this creative talk, I like to share that with everyone. So buy the fucking book. Or it's on audiobook too. And if you need credit, just email me. I'll send you a credit for Audible.
Amber, are you going to read to us or what?
Yes. Chapter 1.
No, a storytelling by Amber.
That'd be cool.
That's awesome. I think we should get into you reading books to people.
Heck no.
Why not?
No, I'm just kidding. I could. I think I could do it.
Start to
Chapter 1.
Yeah.
Get
So-
your snacks.
Can you talk about like what you're writing about right now?
Oh well, what do you want to know?
Like just the basis.
I wrote I wrote a short film,
Okay.
or I've done an auto commercial too, or like a PSA, like
Okay.
those 3 things that I've written before.
Yeah.
So pretty much for my short film, it's a thriller. It's about 2 best friends. They get into a fight. Well, I don't want to kind of spoil it, but it's fine, whatever.
Just the basis. You don't have to.
I'm not going to
give
tell you the whole
ending.
thing.
Yeah,
I'm
of
not going to
course.
tell you the whole thing though.
Yeah, because I
Of
don't
course.
watch it.
Yeah.
I actually want to bring it to life though. So
Okay.
So pretty much it's called The House Sitter. It's about a girl who's in college. She's looking for a job and she wants to like start earning money. She wants to help her parents like pay bills. You know, that mentality of a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. She ends up finding an ad online right away. She submits the application and like within the next 5-10 minutes, they get back to her and they tell her like, oh, you've been hired. So come the next day, meet us up. Because I guess the owners are like leaving to Europe. They're going to be gone for 3 weeks and they need someone to sit the house. So she goes, she's there. She notices that it's like a rich person's house, like a big mansion. They have all these nice things, whatever. Long story short, because I don't want to tell you too much. She's in the house and she finds out that she's not alone. Someone else is in there and they're trying to kill her. And
Oh my God.
That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil it.
That went south very quick.
Keep in
Okay.
mind, this is a short film though. So it's it would be like a 20-minute.
Oh, okay.
How long does like short films, like how long does it actually take to film?
Honestly, it just depends. It
Yeah.
depends how many scenes you want to have or you're going to have. But yeah, and then the location too, where you're going to be filming at. But I want to say just how many scenes you're going to be having. It's
So how many scenes you have really dictates how long a film is.
Yeah. So for example, like for this short film that I want to bring to life, it would probably be like 4 scenes. So like 4 different locations.
4 different locations.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what do you need to start? Like how do you even start?
Yeah.
Like,
To start from the ground up, how would somebody bring their creative short film to life?
Well, you need to gather money first.
Okay.
To do some crowdfunding to see if like people want to donate money, and then just.
So you would write your script first?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that I have for the short film is like 16 or 18 pages. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't recall. It's between those.
What's the font size?
12.
Okay.
It's 12.
Come on. I'm just.
single
The style is
Double
Courier
space.
New.
It's what?
Just say Courier. I think that's how you say it.
Oh, okay.
COUR.
I'm nerdy like that. I want to know all that stuff. I was like, is it bold or whatever? Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay. Gotta ask. You remember when you're in high school and your teacher's like, oh, what are you doing? Like, this is double spaced with like 24 font size. Like, what are you doing, kid?
Dang, I used to try to like
There was a
triple space.
specific one that they would have us do on the. I don't know. I forgot the name of it.
New Times Roman.
Yeah,
was always...
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never again.
So not
run
that.
us through,
Okay.
Run us
through
the
it.
process
Of writing?
Okay, so let's say today you had the money, right, to start your short film. Like how do you start? Where do you start? So obviously you have to have an idea, right? Like a premise of what you're gonna do. You're gonna write your script, and then what?
Yeah. So you do crowdfunding. You get money. You obviously have your script before that. You want to start gathering your team, your people that would be down to like your DP, producer, director. You want to start looking for actors. So you want to put out an ad. There's a website called Backstage. That's the one that we've used for my school. Or if you know people who are like in the industry or they're trying to be like an upcoming actor, so then, why not give them the opportunity? You also want to do location scouting. You want to make sure that you get permits. If you're trying to film, whether out in the street or at a building, whatever, again, permits are really important.
all that responsibility falls on the director or the producer.
The producer.
Okay. So you gotta level with me. So I don't know what a director does. I don't know what a producer does. Like, what's the difference?
A producer is the one that takes care of mostly everything.
The producer.
of like doing a lot of location scouting, budgeting, getting actors. Yeah, they just do a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a lot. The director obviously has the last word. I mean, yeah, they'll team up with the producer and like, all right, so so what's going on? Like, update me, type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, obviously, depending on the producer too, like if they want to be involved, then they'll be involved and like, do what they got to do.
And then they can have like a writer too, or does being a producer kind of go hand in hand with being a writer, or are there films and things that have all a different person for each thing?
Yeah, so everybody's in charge of their own like job. So like if you're the writer, you're the writer, you're the producer, director, DP, gaffers. So everybody has their job and they know what they got to do.
I have gaffing tape. That's it.
Dude,
that's all I got.
You know what? It's very expensive too. Because I bought some and it's like $20-$25 and it was just
expensive.
for like one.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, but like, can't we just use regular? But no, you can't. You can't though. You need to have gaffing tape when you're in production.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, but that's it. I just want to say, hey, I'm cool. I have gaffer's tape. That's all I got.
That's the one word he knew what you're
That's
talking
it.
about. He's like,
I know the whole
gaffer.
time he was just like, oh, okay, cool.
So
I got tape.
So what's a gaffer? What's a person that's a gaffer?
Usually, like, for example, like when you're in production and you see like wires everywhere and stuff, like just to be safe, you want to make sure that you gaff the tape and you make sure the wires are
So
flat.
there's literally a person that their job is to tape,
Literally.
Yeah.
but they call him a gaffer.
And then they just got to move like lights here and there. And, just so that you don't get sued. Because if something happens on production or on set, I mean, like, yeah, it's
So is that different from a production assistant?
a PA. So pretty much with
PA,
a
yeah.
PA, it's you're literally assisting the producer.
Oh, okay.
So like, hey, help me out with this, help me out with that. Like, oh, go grab the actor, the actresses, or hey, go get me some Starbucks or something. It just depends, honestly, on the producer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like what I did for like 10 years. Okay. Got it.
Wait, you were an assistant?
No, well, in administration,
Okay.
an admin assistant is basically that, like
Yeah.
copies and write this, send an email to this. So, okay. So it's basically that's a production assistant versus like an admin assistant. Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not bad. Like, so if you want to start off being a PA, like it's always good because you never know. Like you might meet people and they'll spread the word around. And if you work really well, then they'll recommend you to like other people.
Of course, because you're in the environment, you're learning straight from a producer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I just seen a TikTok of this guy that does I don't know what he does, but he like moves cameras around, but they use that big, like the big crane, like the big arm. I don't know what he calls it, but he's like supposedly like really skilled in it now and everything. But he was like saying kind of how he got into that position without like going to school. So he was saying, he's like, oh, I used to do YouTube videos, things like that. Da, da, da. So I decided, hey, I want to get into like production. So he said that he met someone doing like he was a background actor, I guess. And then he met someone that did that. And he said that he started like hanging out, around there, and that the guy kind of just kept brushing him off. He would like kind of go around, ask questions, and then he would make sure to kind of try to be on the films that person was on. And then one day he was like, hey, if you ever need an assistant or someone to assist you, I can help. You don't have to pay me. And the man was like, yeah, I guess like I'll let you know. So he said that he took like for like months didn't hear anything and nothing. So then this guy went on social media and he was like, hey, I'm the guy that said that I'll do this for free. And he's like, let me know. Like, honestly, I'll do it for free. I want to learn. Da, da, da. So finally, I guess the man needed someone and he se acordó, like he remembered, and he called him. And the guy said, he's like, I worked for free for like a whole year. He said,
wow,
just to get in. He said, but now he's like, everybody like that man uses him for everything, and then other producers and things like that, like other shows, all use him. And he's like, you just have to be persistent in what you do. And yeah, it feels like you're bugging them, but there's gonna be a point where they might need you, like, and then to learn from that man and learn fresh and things like that. So I was like, yeah, it does sound like you're bugging, but I guess if you're so persistent and willing, like you're willing to do anything to get to what you want. So I was like, dang, I don't know about not being paid. But
Yeah, to work to not get paid. I mean, for a whole year. Like, did you not have bills to pay or what?
I don't know.
Like, where did you? How did you survive? But that's cool though. Like, I mean,
Was that the only thing that he did?
damn.
Yeah, he just works like that one camera. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I think that camera, that angle. I don't know, Alex. Maybe I'm wrong or whatever. But it looks like it's like when people are running down the street or a car. Like it's like
It has
big.
I know what you're talking about. It's like
Yeah?
it's the camera is like on a dolly, and then it has a track, so you're tracking the movement of it of the person. I mean, so I mean I don't know what exact the name is.
This one was like an arm,
Or is it like a
giant,
crane?
like a crane.
Oh, okay. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I mean I don't know if that would be like a DP, but I would think so. Director of photography, you know, but I don't know if it has a different name.
What is that? Director of photography? I've heard DP before.
Pretty much you're in charge of like all the angles and different angles of like the camera. So when you're filming, you're considered the DP.
Okay. And where do you get the cues and stuff for that? Like, how do you know when to like switch cameras and all that?
It just depends if the director's telling you, like he's directing you, like, hey, camera 1, camera 2.
So okay, so like right now, what we're doing, I'm breaking the fourth wall here. Amber's switching the cameras as we're going along. In a film type of setting, there's multiple cameras, right? But that's not happening like at the exact moment, right? It's not being recorded live, or it's not being switched. Is it all post-production?
It's okay. So when they're filming, they have different cameras from different angles, and they're just recording the whole thing.
The whole thing.
So
right?
when it's post-production, that's when like the editor does his magic, and then that's when the director gives the editor his notes, like, oh, I want this, I want that.
Cut to this when this happens and all that good stuff.
Exactly. So that's why there's like, again, during filming, there's different cameras from different angles too.
Gotcha. When Chicano Hollywood was filming that those scenes at the shop, they had I don't think you were asleep. But
Yeah, I was.
So one of the actors had like a little tiny microphone, like taped to her thigh, to get the heel sound of her walking. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Oh wow!
Yeah, to capture the sound of that.
You would think that they would do that like post production with
like the Foley.
the Foley,
right? Yeah.
which is really cool.
What's a Foley?
Foley?
No.
So pretty much it's like, for example, if again the camera could be mic could be very sensitive, and maybe it might catch it, maybe it might not catch it. So when you go to the Foley studio, like they'll reenact like the walking movement of like stepping or like branches breaking.
I'll play this.
Okay.
Does this sound familiar to you?
Sorry.
That's Mr. Krabs walking in SpongeBob.
Can't you just pretend to listen for once in your life?
And notice how quickly he's moving?
It's almost like a dance, you know?
That's typical of cartoon characters, whose exaggerated movements and behavior call for equally exaggerated sound.
Oh, that's
For Foley
cool.
artists like Monique or Sana, this is one of the fun challenges of creating sound for animation. And unlike live action movies, it starts with nothing.
For live action, you have production sound, like what they recorded. So you could kind of like be like, oh, this is what it sounds like. But in animation, it's all up to you. It's like your world to create whatever you want.
Take Gur in Invader Zim, a little robot who's shaped like this.
He looks hollow. So for his body, I use this. And then for his legs, they looked like little cable legs. And these were his little feet. And I always had the kettle next to it, so the metal would kind of resonate and you could kind of hear his body.
Appa, the giant mythical beast in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So yeah, that's a Foley artist.
That's always fun too.
The only reason I know that is because Universal Studios.
So
The sound effect stage.
Yeah.
But they had that show. I remember that.
we passed by that, didn't we, Amber?
Oh yeah. When we went Yeah, it was a whole Foley studio that he was.
So
saying.
Foley is like just the term of like sound engineering out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then that's a whole different department, though.
Oh, dang, dude. There's just so much.
There's a lot, dude. It takes a village.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, like, it takes a lot to like bring something to life.
I hear stories of just like certain 30-second shots take like a full day of work with all these people, and I can just imagine budgeting all the work, the labor, it's crazy to me, bro.
And the only reason why it takes long is because like you have to worry about the angles, making sure that the camera's working, everything's functioning, the lighting. The lighting is very important, man. Like you need to make sure that your lighting's like angled a certain degree, a certain way, because if not, then you're gonna have like some shadows in the back.
What do you think about my lighting?
Looks good.
Yeah.
Okay,
sure?
like,
Actually, you could move this a little bit.
You know what? On second thought, I'm just
What do you
kidding.
think? You can tell me after.
No.
Not on air.
It looks good though. Good lighting's really good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I just found an empty spot and I was just like, oh, throw this here as power, right? And that's another thing you have to worry about, like power. And like, say you're shooting somewhere like a weird remote location,
yeah,
right?
how do you get power?
You get a generator.
Oh, that's right.
But wouldn't that like mess with the sound on the production?
So what they'll do is they'll have a generator like 20, 30 feet away and just get like a long extension cord. And then that's where the gaffer comes in.
Oh, there you go.
And they start gaffing, you know?
So because you've gone to school for all this knowledge, do you find that movie magic when you're watching movies, does it take away from all the movie magic?
You know what? It's funny because I've always been interested in like the whole behind the scenes and like making movie of so and so, you know. So like for me, it's always been fascinating just seeing how they bring this to life, you know, and just knowing how it takes a lot for them to like again bring it to life. But for me, it's amazing. I love it, you know. I admire it. So it's nice seeing it come to life.
So you like seeing it come to life, but it doesn't take away. It just makes it more unique and more
fun for me.
More fun for you.
Yeah.
Have you watched anything recently?
I just went to go see The Exorcist.
Oh,
Believer.
Okay.
It was cool. It was cool. If you want to go watch it, Uh-huh. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just different for me, knowing that. Okay. Oh, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to say anything.
You haven't watched it.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
No.
Oh, then never mind.
No, we were trying to figure out what we should watch first. I'm a huge Saw fan. I love Saw, so we were gonna go to the theater, but I couldn't make a decision, so we ended up not going at all. Because I was like, okay, Exorcist or Saw 10, but I just couldn't make up my mind.
Okay, let me say something funny. So I'm a film major, film and TV production major. But you know what's funny? That I hardly watch any like TV, any movies. And if I ever do get to watch movies, it's because I'm like, I tell my friends, hey, let's go here, let's go there, let's go watch a movie. But for the most part, I don't watch movies. And not because I don't want to, it's just because I'm always busy. I'm always doing something. Like I always have something going on every other day or every day. You know, like when my friends try to hang out with me and they're like, hey, let's go do this. I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, I got this, I got that, or I have an event, you know, so stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, movies.
I get it.
It's
yeah. But I guess if you do go out to watch something, it's significant because you make the time to go out and watch it.
Of course, yeah, of course.
So Exorcist, what is it called? Exorcist what?
The Exorcist Believer, I believe.
Believer?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Yeah. You know what's another good movie?
Which one?
I don't know if you guys seen it, but Blue Beetle.
Oh, yeah, we went to go watch it.
That movie, oh my God.
Yeah?
I loved it. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Exorcist Believer.
So, this compared to original, you like this one?
No. Oh, This is cool.
Yeah.
It was all right.
What do you think about like new horror films versus like all the originals that used to come out like this, Rosemary's Baby, The Shining. Oh my God, Stanley Kubrick is probably one of my favorite directors.
I mean,
oh my God.
I would have to say that The Exorcist, the original one, it came out like in the 1970s.
70 something.
Yeah, dude, I was scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to say the original one though. It beats.
Yeah, well, this is crazy too because it's like a different storyline or something like that, right? Is there anything? Is there a mention of the original in this?
No, but you know what? The mom comes out from the
Oh
original
yeah,
movie.
that's right.
That's right.
And then I was watching it, and then I was upset. I'm not gonna spoil it. I want to tell you guys,
You're
but
upset?
you guys haven't seen it, so I was like, "Damn, what the heck? Like, why?" But
Okay.
I hate when I watch stuff like that. You know what movie I really watched that was a remake that I really liked was Candyman.
Oh, I have not seen that.
You haven't seen
No.
it?
No.
I
was
really
cool.
enjoyed the remake of it. You should
Yeah,
watch it.
what I liked about the reason why is because there's a reason why we go watch those films that are recreated now. They're reproduced. They're rent. I like it because it's like a time capsule, right? Like there's a storyline that's in place for this type of movie. What I liked about the new Candyman was they were able to add in the original actor and the storyline into it, which was super cool. That's why I asked about the Exorcist Believer if they had any ties to the old movie, the original. I think that's why I like Saw, because it's a storyline.
Yeah.
And John Kramer is in every movie except for Spiral, which we're not going to get into because, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just going to say that right now. Chris Rock, dude, really, bro? Why would you do that? But, I mean, that's why I liked it, because of that.
I haven't kept up with the Saw movies though. I don't know when was the last time
There's
I saw
10,
one.
dude.
That's crazy. I think I stopped on the second or third one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's times where I get super obsessive over movies or a certain, I don't know, certain movies like right now, right? Or certain YouTube channels, I get obsessive. That's just my personality. But there was a weekend and we talked to a film director maybe a few months ago, and I was explaining to him that there was one weekend where I just saw 1 all the way through 9 just like in a weekend. I just get like that, bro. I don't know.
A little marathon going on.
Little marathon. Amber slept most of the day, but
Of course.
I sleep and then I wake up and he's still watching it and then I go back to sleep and then
all
I
the
wake
gore,
up
you wake up
again.
to like screaming and
Yeah, and I'm
shit,
just
right?
like, oh man.
Yeah, but
Amber, are you the type of person that's like, oh, hey, let's watch a movie, and then like 10 seconds in, you're like asleep already?
Sometimes. Well, on Saturday I fell asleep. I literally watched the whole fucking movie
Oh my God.
and I fell asleep at the end, like when all the action happened and everything. So I didn't even see what happened.
have you watched the? I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay, good. Were you,
Fuck you.
did you watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the new one that just? Oh, you don't watch movies? Forget.
No, I do. Hold on. Which one? Because
the one that just came out.
which one?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What the? No.
There's
there's
one.
a new
Yeah,
one
there's.
that came out.
Wait, can you pull that out, please?
Yes.
Because I gotta see what you're talking about.
There's 2 like kind of newer ones. The origin one, the one that we seen,
The Leatherface.
the
That was cool.
Leatherface, and then the one that we seen at my mom's house.
I'm glad you like horror. I feel like when we get creatives like this in the like film realm, Amber, their interest is always horror. That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because Ian's interest is horror as well.
what the heck? What are these emojis? Look at the top.
Oh, that's
Does
tight.
that happen?
What? I updated the computer.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Y'all lying. I don't believe
No.
you.
No. We already
No,
did
it's
watch
called
it.
Leather. Well, this one-
Leatherface?
So there's a movie called
Right here,
Leatherface. Oh, there we go.
2023. It's just called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Damn, when did they promote that? Because
I feel like it just went straight to streaming
it
service.
just went to streaming.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see, maybe that's why I didn't know.
So there's this one, and then pull up Leatherface. That one was really interesting.
Yeah. So this one, Alex, is a remake of the original. And then Leatherface, the one
No, wait, hold on. That's 2003.
Which one? This one?
Wait.
We're talking about the 2023, Amber.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
That's the one my father took me to.
Yeah, you see?
Well, we swear we're not lying. We watched it.
Dang.
Okay, I think... Is it that one?
Oh, it's 2022.
Oh, okay. Is it that one?
Yeah, it's this one. Look,
Oh, yeah.
see that one? It's on Netflix.
Oh,
On
Damn, I
Netflix.
need to check it out.
it's really cool.
It's good. I liked it.
Is it a series or a movie?
It's a movie.
Oh.
In 1974. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, remember we have a YouTube channel. So if you want to see what we're watching, go to the YouTube channel, please. Is it this one?
Yeah, this is the one.
Oh my
Is
God.
it?
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I have not seen this.
That was cool.
So this is that one. And then we seen
I like that noise. That bing. Oh my God,
That's
yes.
their signature sound. That's
Is
how
it?
You know, that's how you know.
Yeah.
Saw. I mean, not saw. Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, Leatherface came out in 2017.
since 2017. So
I remember I was Leatherface for a Halloween. I think I was like 11 or 12, and I was getting made fun of because I made my own costume. Like my aunt bought me the mask, and that's all she bought me. So I had to like
Get the apron.
made my own stuff, and I
Oh, okay.
did the apron. I put blood on it and everything, and I just got made fun of. They're like,
you
"Oh, who are you? Like a scary maid?" I'm like, "Really, dude? Come on."
Hey, at
This
least you
is-
got creative though. That's good because these Halloween costumes they be expensive, man.
Right?
I
Like
know we went to-
$80, $100.
Yeah, my aunt, she was like, "I'm just gonna buy you the mask and that's it." And well, granted, she did get me the like fake chainsaw, which was cool. It was like either the fake chainsaw or the rest
Butcher
of the getup.
knife.
Yeah,
A butcher knife or something.
right.
that one's the one. So this one kind of it shows you like how it started, like why he became
Oh,
Texas
makes
Chainsaw
sense.
Massacre, Leatherface.
Yeah. So do you know the origin story of Leatherface? Like what? Like, so in history, there's certain people that like real life events. Like it's not to the extent of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but certain things in history, like Ed Gein was the actual like he was the inspiration for Leatherface. He was the inspiration for, I believe, Silence of the Lambs, and then also that one by Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, Psycho.
Okay.
Yeah, weird guy. Ed, can you pull up Ed Gein? He did some like weird stuff. Like he
How do you spell his last name?
Gein.
Gein.
Yes. There we go. Creepy dude. But yeah, he was the main guy that they made all those movies out of. And it was all real life stuff. Edward Theodore Gein, also known as the Butcher of Plainfield or the Plainfield Ghoul, was an American murderer, suspected serial killer, and body snatcher. So he used to like dig up graves, and he in his house he had I believe he digged up his mother's grave or something. He had her like stuffed in like a room or something. They also like there were all these different artifacts inside his house, like furniture that was made from bones. He made lampshades out of skin.
Oh.
Yo, what the hell?
Yeah, model. Oh, that's a model. Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
So it's a replica, this one?
That one's a replica, yeah.
But he made it like this?
Yeah. He made it that's at the base of it. That's like a pelvic region. Yeah, dude.
Is
But
that
yeah,
his mom's face?
is it? Who was the mother of most depraved serial killer of all
I think
time?
so.
I think so. So yeah, he had like body parts all around his house.
That one's crazy.
Whoa. What is oh yeah, it's a lampshade made out of skin. Imagine that. But
That's nasty.
yeah, dude, he was the main person that they kind of look at Ed Gein was notorious grave robber and murderer. He inspired the creation of several film characters, including Norman Bates from Psycho, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ed used to steal dead body parts from nearby cemeteries and specifically used to steal skulls for making makeshift soup bowls, ashtrays, and lampshades. Yeah.
Damn. So, I mean, what did they eat? People too? Or is that what I'm hearing? Or was it just
No,
dead-
I think
just
he
dead bodies, right?
used
They were
their
just
he
like,
didn't. They're just dead bodies.
damn.
Heck,
Oh my god.
Eileen
Eileen Warnos.
Warnos.
Yeah, she's a good one. I wonder who.
Talking about dead bodies,
All right.
there's one in the. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, where?
The one in our fridge. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Okay, let's go.
I don't. He's like, thank you guys for having me.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Do you guys ever see like on TikTok, like those AI ones, right? Where it's like supposedly the person talking and they're like, my name is da 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 and I died on, you know?
Yeah.
So I always think like I'll go and I'll Google them right after because I'm like, are they real? So I was seeing the other day one where this girl, she used to work at a morgue. So she used to work at the morgue and she used to work on the dead bodies, like embalming them and receiving them and all that. So she said that like she was working there and then at some point she started getting like turned on, like sexual feelings towards like bodies that would come in, like especially if they were men and they had like nice bodies or they looked, handsome, things like that. So she said that she never acted upon it, but until one night she said that she was alone. She says she received one of the bodies and he was handsome. So she had sex with the corpse. And
Wait, hold on. How do you have sex with the corpse?
well, because a lot of corpse sometimes have that, what they call like the rigor mortis, where their body, they're dead, but their body is not done dying. Because if you really think about it, when you die, the way that you die or the way that your kind of body works when dying, it's like it starts like shutting off lights, right? So it starts shutting things because it's like
Right.
self-combusting almost, unless you die like of an impact and your brain gets shattered. But if you die like something naturally, a heart attack or something, it takes a while for your entire body to kind of die. So I guess this person has like that rigor mortis where like he was still warm. So she says that he was still warm, and that's what kind of like turned her on, was that he was like, he hadn't like completely gone completely cold or stiff or anything. Well, I mean, he was stiff, but
Yeah, that's honestly, that was my whole question. Is
Yeah, so-
okay? A dead body goes in. What is she writing?
yeah. So
What is she grinding on here, ladies and gentlemen? That's my
his
main
penis,
question.
because he was still his body was still warm and his blood was still flowing.
Oh my god.
So he wasn't completely like dead. So
Okay, hold on. But how does it happen? Like your brain
I don't know.
gets that, right? Like that's what happens to like when you're about to do the deed and all these feelings rush to your brain, all
Yeah.
these lights, this is happening.
So that part of his
rush the
brain,
blood to the thing.
yeah. So I guess that part of his brain still hadn't completely like died. So it was still
He was a
functioning.
man.
He was, oh my God, he still did, and
He's
he
a
could still
man.
have sex.
Damn, did she get pregnant or what?
So she got pregnant.
No.
So she has sex with him. She leaves, whatever,
Damn.
everything. And then
Child
she
support.
notices
I
later.
was gonna
Okay,
say,
well, wait, let me tell
What
you.
happened?
So then later she's like, she takes him on Maury. He's all dead body sitting on the chair.
His
You
funeral.
are the baby daddy. And he's
his,
like,
his funeral is just like somehow like part of Jerry Springer and Maury. It's like, what the hell?
2 for 1.
yeah. So then she gets pregnant, and then she's like, oh shit, like I got pregnant by like the dead dude. So she confesses to someone because she's like, okay, I need to tell someone like what I did. So she tells like a colleague, hey, I had sex with one of the corpses. The colleague reports her, and she gets arrested. So she gets arrested, thrown into jail, and while she's in jail, she has her baby, and this
That's sad.
bitch asks the family for child support. She asks the dead
Damn.
guy's family for child support. That's what I seen, and then I went and I googled the story, and it was real. Like there's like headlines and stuff like that. of it
Whoa.
happening.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Was
and
this guy Mexican?
no, I don't know what he was.
Okay. I'm thinking of another race too, but I won't say it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I need to see a movie about that.
Yeah, they need to make a movie.
Come on,
about
Alex.
that.
There you go.
Make
Come
it.
on, Alex.
Hey, for real, huh? That's
Come on. There you go. There's your
down.
researcher right there on
Right
the
here.
other side.
What would I be called?
You'll be my writer.
Got
Oh,
it.
there you go. There you go. That is
It's
wild.
insane.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Does she like not have a boyfriend?
I guess
I
not.
don't
I
know.
don't know.
They probably got in a fight. And she was like, "Ah, fuck this guy." And then I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go work on some overtime.
Damn right,
Yeah.
she got to work.
She got this body, and
She's
she
like,
was
it's
like,
not cheating if he's dead, right?
"That's true."
True.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
But what happens like to your like? Why do that? Like, is she like? What's going on mentally with this woman? Right? Like, how?
I'm just thinking like she did the gender reveal by herself, the baby shower by herself. Damn. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
how do you go on, like, no, like, okay, let's say her, right? She's all fucked up. She screwed up. She did what she did. But that kid, like, how do you go on living your life knowing that your mom did that and that you're a product of a fucking deceased person?
I think you don't disclose that to the child, right?
But I mean,
think it's
eventually the
inevitable.
child's gonna be like, "Where's my dad?"
Yeah, or why is my mom in jail?
You know?
How long did she get locked up for?
I don't know.
Can you look it up? I want to see that. How long do you get locked up for? What is it called? Necrophilia?
Necrophilia. Oh, I don't want to type that in. I don't want to see something I don't want.
Come on. It's spooky season. Can we look it up, Alex?
Yeah. Let's,
Okay.
Let's do it.
Oh, I gotta ask you.
Jail time.
I can't believe we're looking this up.
I know the FBI comes into our computer and
We
be
get
like, what
raided
the
right now?
hell?
It's fine.
Put your hands up.
They're like, where's the dead body? You fucking. Just kidding.
Amber looked it up. It wasn't me. Check the fingerprints. It wasn't me. She's planning. How much jail time does someone?
Whoop.
Oh, you know what I've learned about myself on this show.
The unique glasses.
That one, I need to go get my prescription redone, and two, I think I might be a little dyslexic.
It's okay.
Home row keys. Do you remember home row keys and all that with the keyboard?
No, what is that?
Home row keys is the middle keys. Like it on the left side is like SKASK, or I can't see it, but home row keys, girlfriend. How much jail time does someone who you just put necrophiliac jail time? That's fine. It is October, ladies and gentlemen, on the Mind Buzz podcast. We're looking up necrophiliac. California. I can't believe there's weird laws like
you
this.
have to have all these because people are fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Time served, prison, Bureau of Justice.
Maybe it just depends what state it happens, no? Or
Yeah, that's true. Do you remember?
It says right here, 18 months to a fine
It's not bad.
in Nevada.
oh,
It's not bad. What about California?
I don't know. Let me see right here.
I think the time is more of like how you got, like how you interacted with the, right?
Maybe.
Because I feel like, that's okay. Yeah, we're getting to weird subjects. I think we should just.
I'm
probably
done
just
with
get a
this.
slap on the wrist and that's it. And
Yeah,
like,
if it's California, yeah.
Yeah, but that's crazy. That's what I seen on TikTok the other day. After that, I was
All
like,
right.
I'm ready to go
Damn,
to
what
sleep.
side of TikTok are you
I
on?
don't know.
It's either that or like weird Indian games that people win food.
Yeah. Have you guys
That's
seen
it.
Oh
those?
my god, yeah, all the time. I'm just
I
like, what?
seeing those.
I'm like, I want to play too. Like, it looks pretty cool. It looks fun.
I know it does.
We're getting together. We're gonna do a Latino version of a game show like that. We're teaming up with a couple of people to get that going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win tacos and horchata.
Damn, that's a good combo too. So you can never go wrong with that.
I agree.
Yeah. So the basis of the game is, well, the reason why it started is because you remember going into El Superior or whatever stores, how they have those like big bins of rice and beans.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember as a kid? Do you remember putting your hands? Imagine rice, like dry rice, and just getting it in a tub of it.
Oh my god.
So hear me out. What if there's spas like that?
Yo,
You pay for
You know
an
how
hour,
many-
2 hours. Hey, give me a rice room. Hey, give me a pinto bean room. And you just go in there for about an hour, take off all your clothes, get down to your skivvies, or whatever. You can wear underwear.
I would
And-
do it.
There's a big tub of just dry rice or beans, whatever you choose, and you just lay in there, or dip your toes or your feet or your hands or whatever.
it's funny that you're saying that because like you said, it even when like, you were little, right? You would put your hands in.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I still do that.
It's like I'm a man and I still do it.
And then putting yourself in rice. So like if you're having a bad day, you know how like when they say like métete en el arroz.
Yeah.
No, like when your phone's like it gets wet and like
Yeah.
put your phone in like in
Rice?
in rice, like para uno, like when you're like having a bad day or like
know.
shit's going bad, like put yourself in rice and I don't know, maybe
Really? Is a thing?
No, I'm just saying like you're
Oh,
saying
okay,
like as a spa, like
As an extension of that.
That could be the commercial. Alex can film the commercial for us. That's the basis. You're right, because when your cell phone gets wet and then they tell you put it in rice, it'll help it or save
Yeah.
it or something tarnishes. Put it in rice. So it's the same concept. You're having a bad day. You want to get something out of your system, detox.
put yourself in
Put
rice.
yourself in rice.
Okay. We got to talk after this because
I mean,
We're gonna call it El Spa.
el spa.
El spa. I like that.
That's funny.
But that's the idea. And we're sticking to it.
You gotta make it happen, man.
Yeah, of course. But enough about dry beans and rice. I mean, we took over this episode.
I know.
But I mean, so what are your current, like, what are you working on right now? Like, what's the goal at the moment? Because you graduated in
May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're working on your master's right now, right? So what does that entail?
So actually,
Wait, and then FYI, Alex graduated right into a strike. Right?
Yeah.
What was that like?
you know
dude?
what, dude? It's crazy because like, okay, I graduated and I was so excited to like get into the industry to start like looking for a job and whatnot. And like literally right when I graduated, the writer strike happened. And I'm just like, damn, what a time to fucking graduate.
Like, méteme en
know?
arroz.
Dude, honestly, that's how I felt. And I'm not gonna lie, like when the writer strike happened, I was just like, fuck, like now what? What do I do now? That's why right now, like I'm looking into like getting my master's, and I have to get a portfolio together so that I can submit it. But yeah, going back to the writer strike, like obviously it affected me too. I mean, I'm new to the game and everything, like get into the industry and whatnot. But it did affect me because I don't have a job right now in the industry. Like I'm going to events, getting invited and stuff like that, and just networking and meeting people, and that's the most that I can do right now. I mean, obviously it already ended for the writer's strike. I know for the actors, it's still going on. I guess they had a deal with them, but it didn't follow through. So
besides the writers, the actors were on strike too?
Yeah, so at first it was the writers because they wanted better benefits and whatnot. The actors decided to join them as well, but I guess it didn't follow through, and the actors are still going strong. They want to get residuals. They want to get, again, have better benefits. And then the whole thing with the AI, I don't know if you guys looked into it, but what the production companies are trying to do is they're trying to scan their image. So they'll come to work one day, scan their image, and then after that, they're going to be like, all right, cool, we don't need you no more. We're going to keep your image, and this is for us to keep for the rest of eternity.
Who was telling us that? Somebody was explaining that to us. That's why they're striking, right? Because it's pretty much like you come in and then you're like, bye. And then the residual was because they're not getting off of streaming or things like that, right?
Exactly. So like when movies are streaming on like, what is it, Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, and like all these other streaming platforms, the actors are not getting paid. Like they just go get paid for what they got to do, and then that's it. Like they're not getting residuals from the streaming platforms. And that's why actors are like, no, like give us our residuals. Like we want our money, you know? And then these companies are just being greedy and just keeping the money, and like it's a whole mess, you know?
Dang, that sucks.
Wow. So you go to work one day and they copy your likeness, and then from there, do they sign like a NDA or anything documented? Hey, are they signing off on their image?
I want to, don't quote me on this, but I want to say yes, because I mean, you have to sign like legal forms and everything. So I would say yes. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not too sure.
That's probably like in the terms of conditions of getting to work that day.
And then it's like in the fine print, the far bottom.
Yeah.
You can't read it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's the only way I can see that they would pass that through somebody, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That sucks.
And they're still going strong right now. The actors, SAG actors right now, they're just out there outside the studio companies, Walt Disney, Sony Pictures, Warner Brothers, Paramount Pictures. They're just going at it.
So so you're saying, okay, so the strike's going on, you're going to networking events, you're like, all right, screw it, I'm going to start my master's because it's, I mean, the most logical thing to do, right? While all of this is happening, continue your education. And then when it's done, you'll have that. But like, how do you even know like where to start or where to apply or what to do? Like, obviously, right, you want to produce and write, but your first job is probably not going to be a big time producer, right? I mean, unless you do something and then you're seen. But what's the process in like the industry? Like, because I'm sure that it's not as easy as it sounds, right? It's not like, oh, let me go get my dental hygienist license and then you're done and then you go and you're a dental hygienist. Like, that's not how it works, right?
You know what? I feel like it's different for everybody. Speaking for myself, like, again, like I just graduated, and right now it is hard for me to like get a job, because this is the thing. There's jobs out there. They're just not hiring again, because of the whole writer strike. But hopefully, like within like the end of the year, maybe next year, that's when they'll start getting people, and then like they'll start having people filling the positions, But for me right now, like I decided to go back to school, because I'm like, okay, like I want to continue my education. I want to learn more. I want to grow, and just be a better person, be a better producer, writer, and whatnot. So I mean, for me, it's just a matter of just like, hopefully once this is all over, then I'll start applying to like jobs.
Nice.
So what are you doing now besides school to I guess enhance what you want to do for the future besides school?
Just going to events, networking, meeting people, and just kind of like exchanging like information, like, hey, so what do you do? Well, I do this, I do that. Like, I just graduated. I'm an aspiring producer, writer. Just talk and mingle and meet people, and then that's just how you meet people. Like make connections as well.
Yeah, because that's like super important. I never seen how like the power of networking before. It is crazy.
Yeah.
I've been doing this podcast for 3 years, and just this year we've been tapping into networking. Other than just emailing people or DMing people on Instagram, like there's nothing like meeting people in real life and inviting them to do something like this.
But if I can be honest about networking, like it can get very draining. Like I've gone to these events and you're meeting people and you're just like talking. And then by the end of the night, when I go home or like I'm on my way back home, like I just feel like so drained. I'm just like, I have my music on low, or sometimes I don't even have my music because of how like drained I feel, but in a good way though, not in a bad way. Like I feel like very refreshed. I feel like I took something away from that place, like I met people. I got the chance to like meet really cool people who have some really good talent as well.
What's your elevator pitch? Like what that's honestly, that's hard for me. Like when people say, "Oh, you have a podcast. What's your podcast about?" And it's good practice because people they don't want to stand there for 20 minutes explaining like what you do. Like it's hard, right? Because you have to smash 3 years, 5 years, 10 years of work all into like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You see, for me, like I would be like, oh, hey, like for example.
Okay.
So let's
say we meet.
So let's say we're
hey, what's up, Alex? How you doing? I'm Gil.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Alex. How's it going?
Good.
Oh, so what do you do? Tell me about it.
I do a podcast. I host the Mind Buzz podcast.
Oh, cool. And like, what do you guys talk about there? Like,
so we interview creatives. We interview musicians, aspiring actors or actors, film directors, pretty much anybody in the creative space.
oh, okay, cool. So like, how long have you been doing this?
Wait, hold on. I thought I was interviewing you. How did this turn into...
I know, right?
It was an ambush.
I know.
It was all planned from the beginning.
Bringing it back to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like get you.
Okay, no, it's good.
No, it's
cool.
good practice
It's
for
good
him,
practice.
though.
So it's the Mind Buzz. I'm also part of a label called My Grito. It's a podcast network. So I'm out here looking for potential guests, making connections. I also host events. I am an MC. I also do comedy on the side. So
Nice.
what do you do?
Oh, yeah. So I'm a producer. I'm an aspiring producer. I'm a writer. Well, actually, I wouldn't say I'm an aspiring. I would just say I'm a producer because you need to have that confidence within yourself. And you need to like let them know, like, I'm a producer. I'm a writer. I'm a content
So should I
creator.
tell people that I am a comedian?
Yeah. Why not?
That's scary. Okay.
And you know what? I literally talked to my friend about this.
Mm-hmm.
It was like maybe 2 weeks ago. I went to go see her at a play. After the play, we all went to a bar and we were talking about like what our dreams are. What
Mm-hmm.
where do we see ourselves in like 5-10 years? And I told her that like when I go to events, like I'm not gonna lie, I do get nervous because like you see all these like people who are so talented and like they've been in the industry. They're actors, they're writers, producers, or directors. I told her like, damn. Sometimes people ask me like, oh, so what do you do?
Mhm.
That's always a question. What do
Yeah,
you do?
exactly.
And she told me, like, no, you need to let them know, like, put your foot down and be like, oh, I'm a producer, I'm a writer, content creator. I've done a few projects in the past. I've done this, and this, and just pretty much kind of sell them, like with what you've done in the past. And then if they get interested, like, oh, cool, like, oh, we should link up sometime, or like, what are your Instagram handles or what your social media handles and stuff like that. And like, that's literally just how you exchange information and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put your foot down and okay. That makes sense. Okay. I'm learning stuff here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay. I always get that because I have a friend that I do open mics with. His name's Frank Blanco. He's a comedian. And that's how he introduces me to the host of the open mic or host of the event that we are at. And he was like, and it's funny and it's very, I think about it all the time because it made me feel good at that moment because we were at an event. It was an open mic. I got there. He invited me out. Hey, come to this open mic. It's cool. It's a good area. Come work on your craft. Come work on your new material. And that's how he introduced me. He was like, hey, this is Gil. It's my friend. He's a podcaster and comedian. And then like he turns over to me and he was like, that sounds cool, huh? Podcaster and comedian. And like I just looked at him like, yeah, like that's cool. Like I appreciate that. But I just never thought of it that way, to where you're not trying, you're not aspiring, you are what you are doing. And it really spoke to me, because I think about this all the time, and me and Amber, we have this conversation. Remember how I push this a lot is, you like whatever you want to do, you have to be in that mindset already to what you're doing. Say you want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, cool. What do entrepreneurs do? Right? Like, what do they eat? Like, not necessarily like those details, but what does an entrepreneur's day look like? What does a director's day look like? You get that, you hone in, and you do it. And you just get in that mindset. Okay. And I thought about that. Okay. Like, what do comedians do? Comedians write. They write. They work their material at open mics. Right. So same thing with any type of creative thing. You have to get into that mindset. And now you saying that is just, it's turning gears for me now, because it's like, okay, like I'm not aspiring. Like I don't try to do something. I'm doing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you know what? Not just that, but like, yeah, you have to own it and be like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm producing something, so I am a producer. I am writing this. I am a writer. But not just that, but like I feel like you also need to understand that the people that you have around you, the people that motivate you, the people that uplift you, the people that clap for you, I feel like that does take a big part in it as well. Like your family, your friends, and just knowing that you have that support, it kind of motivates you to also do good and stuff like that.
I agree. I think too, like a lot of times we struggle with imposter syndrome, right? Because we think that especially now with like social media, you see, so like for me, okay, like when I was at the shop and I was doing things for the bakery, right? I wouldn't say I'm a baker, because I didn't feel like I was a baker. I don't know, I managed a bakery. I came up with ideas. I did. And now I look back and I'm like, I was leading a team. I was coming up with ideas. I was coming up with recipes. I was coming up with all this, but I never called myself that. Why? Because I always thought, no, I didn't go to school like a baker. I don't do it 24/7 like a baker. So I was like second guessing myself, right? I was putting all these limitations of other people that maybe I looked up to or wanted to emulate. And I was like, I'm not there yet. So then my imposter syndrome kicked in to where I was like, I'm just faking it. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing. And that's always my thing. Like, even when people say like, oh, that's cool, you do this on the podcast. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I always say that because I always feel like I'm an imposter. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just learning. But you have to sit back sometimes. And like you said, Alex, like you are writing, you are directing. I am helping produce this show. Like,
no, not helping. You are producing.
Well, I am producing it. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think imposter syndrome kicks in big time with all of us because we feel that we're not to the level of someone that we may see or, you know, or emulate or just on social media. We're not there. So we're like, no, we're just faking it. But in actuality, it's like, there shouldn't be a bar or a level or anything. You are a podcaster. You are a director, a writer, producer. I am producing a show. Like, it doesn't matter to what extent, what level, but you are doing the act of whatever it is.
Exactly.
That was beautiful.
Damn, that was well said.
Can we write that down and put that on the refrigerator?
On the fridge? Got it.
Yeah. A morning quote every day in the morning.
No, but we have to remind ourselves, especially with something like this in this creative space, right? Like it just gets crazy on so many levels, and by crazy I mean you just have to believe in yourself and believing that what you're doing is actually real.
Oh yeah, big time.
So tell me about. Are you good on time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're okay?
Definitely.
Okay, so I do want to get into you being a first generation Latino in in this creative space. Like, is there advantage? Is there disadvantages? Like, tell me about it.
Well, being the first generation Latino, at least in my household, I'm not the first one to graduate in my household. My sister has graduated, so I'm the second one.
Okay. Was that a lot of pressure from like after your sister graduated? Like pressure for you?
It actually motivated me because I saw my sister, my brother-in-law, graduate, got their bachelors, and then they got their masters. So I was like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too, you know? But I've always told myself that that I'm going to continue and go to school and just like I want to get a good career. Like, I don't want to have like a regular, not that it's bad. Not that it's bad, a regular job, you know, like
it's not for you.
Yeah, you know, like I want a career. I want to be able to do something bigger and better. So for me, it was important for me to continue going to school and just, I don't know, just having that support from my family and from like my friends, always pushing me to make sure I got my classes on time and like making sure that I did my homework or like stuff like that. Like just having that support, it just motivated me. And not just that, but like the group of friends that I have, the ones that I hang out with, like they have their bachelors, they're going to get their masters, they're in the process as well. So just like being around those people, like it motivates me to like keep going.
There's nothing more important, and I think that I didn't see this until I was older, but surrounding yourself, like, you know, all the time people say like, oh, you don't always have to have friends that think exactly like you. Like, different perspectives are good. Yeah, different perspectives are good, but it's also really good to surround yourself with like-minded people that have goals, aspirations, things like that, because what happens? They motivate you because you don't want to be left behind. You don't want to be the one to not, you know, have a master's or anything, or even conversations are different than just these things. Like it's your circle. Like I would never really thought until my mom would say like, there's a quote in Spanish that says like, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Like, tell me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's very true. It's like the people you choose to surround yourself with really plays a big part in your motivation. And I know people are like, oh, you don't need anyone to motivate you.
No, but the English version to that is show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Right? That's basically the same one?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
But we finish that up, Amber?
No, that was it. I'm done. Just kidding.
But no, that's important to surround yourself with people with goals that want to do something better than the situation that they're already in, right?
And they want to better themselves, you know? So
yeah,
that's always good to be.
I learned that from Amber. How long have we been together? Probably like
4 years.
We've been together for 4 years. And I think the first year that we were together, you were trying to explain that to me, and I really didn't understand it because my friends were my friends, right? But I mean, as years went on, I wanted to create something. I wanted to do something. I didn't know what. Like that was before I started the podcast or started anything. I've always wanted to do something, but I just didn't have. I didn't know how to navigate like this creativity. I didn't know what to do until I found this thing, and I was like, "Fuck, this is super cool," right? But it does help to surround yourself with people that have that same drive and that same mindset to create something. Whatever, it could be a podcast, it could be movies, it could be writing, it could be comedy, it could be anything.
And we'll give you that push, like me interviewing you now.
We'll
give you that push. I know, right? Here, pass it over. No, I'm interested. Like, we'll give you that push to like start this.
Honestly, I was in 2019 going into 2020. The push was, I was always working. Like that was me. That was my mindset. Was just work. Towards 2017, 18, and 19, I was just a workhorse. I started as an office clerk. I worked my way up to be a salaried manager, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking cool!" Like, I'm a salaried manager. This is what I've worked for my entire life, right? Like, going to school, learning, I don't know, Microsoft, and like I wanted to run somebody's business, right, and be a floor manager and do all this stuff. So it was that, but I've always had this knack for creative stuff. Like I was writing, I was writing, small jokes here and there. I was reading a lot, but really what pushed me was the time that the pandemic gave me. It gave me the time to actually do what I've always wanted to do, was create something. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what it was until my cousin showed me Joe Rogan's podcast. He showed me the podcast and I was like, what? Like, and this isn't a clip. Like, I was like, whoa, like people actually do this stuff. Like, I didn't know what a podcast was until like 2019, 2020.
Oh, wow.
And that pushed me because I've always wanted to be in, I think really radio personalities, listening to music. I've always been into audio engineering, cutting things, adding things. Before the podcast, I was producing music and I would show Amber. Like we would be in my friend's garage just messing around with all the instruments, and I would record it. And so I've always been into like audio engineering and all that stuff. But when I found out what a podcast was, I was like, whoa, this is cool, because people are doing this anywhere, like anywhere. So I did my diligence in YouTube University, and I got obsessed with it. I think I was just super obsessed with creating something, and I found out what I wanted to do. And I found out that a podcast is, I think that's where I need to be. And I think that's where my creativeness is going to get me. And then from there, dude, it was just because a podcast is not just this, right? Like it's the production, it's the cameras, it's the audio stuff, it's the music, it's the publishing, it's the creating the artwork, like
it's getting the guests,
all that, like all that stuff. Like I enjoy doing. So I think when I found out this particular creative space, I was like, whoa, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm going to do.
Damn, that's nice. And you went for it, so that's good.
I just went for it. Yeah. And I know where, I think the thing is, I set goals for myself, and I told myself I'm gonna reach these goals no matter what. Like I've thought about quitting so many times. Even today, I thought about quitting.
Oh, huh?
I know I was going to call you up and be like, bro, don't even come because I quit today.
I would have like, I'm already outside.
Right. No, but honestly, like that runs through my mind 24/7, but it's just like, I have so much fun doing it. I meet super cool people doing it. And then thinking back now, and me and Amber had this conversation like 2 days ago about how much we have accomplished in 1 year. 1 year, this past year has been probably the best year that I can ever explain. Nice. Why? Because I just created the time for it. Like I quit my 9-to-5 job a year ago. I quit my 9-to-5 job, corporate job. It was the job that I've always dreamed to have. And I dreamed of having that job for 7 years. I reached it. There was nowhere else to go. But there was a moment to where I was like, I need to do something that I want to do. Like I've always wanted to be in radio, be in podcast, or even this comedy thing is another push for me. I was like, okay, I have this podcast. What is something that I can do next to amplify that, to get these creative juices flowing? And that was comedy. So I don't know, I'm just excited for the future and what what me and Amber are gonna do in the next year. Like I can only imagine. Like next year, Amber, a year ago, we got you into the producer's seat in the back, and you've just amplified this thing that we call the mind buzz. Like in 1 year, dude. Like in 1 year, we've accomplished so much. We're on a label. We've met so many people. Like we're creating a community. Like we have sponsors. We have sponsors. It's just this past year has just been phenomenal. And I think when those times where I'm like, I need to like I should quit, like nothing's going on, I tell myself to shut up and like, dude, just show some gratitude of where you've been and where you're at right now and what you're going to do in the next 5 years. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
So I think just having that drive and showing gratitude of where you are and where you were X amount of time, like that will motivate you more. Mm-hmm. Because if you have something that you want to do, just think about like how to get there and the journey, not necessarily the goal, but just also the journey and how much you're going to have fun towards that goal.
And just enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something too, like we had the conversation a couple of days as well. It was yesterday when we were on our way to my parents. I was saying like my toxic trait, they say toxic trait. My toxic trait has always been like, I have all these ideas. I want to do all these things. And I think that I'm just going to wake up one day and I'm going to be that person. Or I'm going to have what I'm thinking in my brain, right? And my toxic trait is thinking that. And it's like, no, like you have to put in the work. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. And we see all these other, again, people that we maybe look up to or people that are successful in the fields that we want to be in and all that. And to hear sometimes like their stories or saying, hey, I've been doing this for 5-10 years and I'm finally where I'm at, it gives you perspective of like, we're in I always call it like the Amazon era. Like we want everything quick. Mm-hmm. We want everything to happen overnight. And when it doesn't, it's like we failed, and it's like, no, like you have to see how far you've come to where you're at. Like you're not the same person you were day one, when you, like you, Alex, like you're not the person that you were when you started school. Like when you started school, you didn't know what you were getting yourself into. And now it's like, fast forward and it's like you have all this knowledge and it's like we don't see that because we keep comparing ourselves to other people, to other things, and it's like that's the downfall.
Today you were listening to Mr. Beast, right? The story of Mr. Beast?
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, that's when we had all these conversations.
Yeah, like honestly, dude, we always have these conversations like every other day, just checking in with each other like on creative levels and personal levels, and it just you need to have that type of support to where you can check in with one another. And I think it's just super important in something like this because it's not easy. Like we're trying to tap into an industry that is huge, where there's gatekeepers everywhere
and competitive too.
And very competitive.
Very.
Especially we're in the hub of the entertainment industry. Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. Like that's the hub.
Entertainment capital Valley, that's what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's just mind-boggling of how many people are, and that's who we talk to like in our community. The people that we have on the podcast are musicians, they're actors, they're activists, podcasters. Like we're all trying to we're all trying to break in.
Exactly.
Is what I'm saying. And it's just, you need those type of people to help support you in whatever you do. You need that. That's very important. Do you think so?
I would agree too. But you know what also helps me? It's following all these podcasters, actors, directors, producers, writers, just seeing them on my feed on Instagram. It's me because I mainly use Instagram. So just knowing that I'm following them and I'm seeing what they're doing, like it motivates me to just like keep going. So just it's important for me. Like,
Do you sometimes get to where like it's overwhelming to where you're like, oh, like of course, Amber, we talk about like, okay, there's a certain person that has X amount of followers, X amount of this, they're doing all these events and stuff. Like, do you get discouraged at certain points?
you see, for me, social media is social media. I don't really care about the numbers. What I care about is me. Let's say I'm putting out, whether it's a photo or a video, I care about the quality. I don't care if I get a lot of likes, if I get 2 comments, 3 comments. I'm not that big on stuff like that. Like, I don't really care for it.
Okay.
Because I know there's other people that get overwhelmed. Like, oh my God, I didn't get like 50, 100 likes, 200 likes. And they get so like upset with it. But like for me, I'm just like, I
You're
don't
just
care.
worried about what you're putting out.
For me, it's quality.
Okay.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, that usually reels me back in because I'll see something and I'm like, that guy like 1,000 likes? Like, come on, dude. Like, you could have used motion detector on that, and
it could be a stupid picture.
Your captions could have been a little bit larger. I mean, his head was going out of frame during this clip. Like, weren't you watching that? Like, that goes through my head like in a 10-second clip, and they got like over 50 shares or whatever like that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm breaking it down to make myself feel better. Basically, that's what it is.
Hurt people.
No, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that to discourage anybody, but that's what I see because I make stuff like that. So I know the amount of time that it takes to create something like that. So I don't know. Just I love Opus Clip, and I don't like Opus Clip for certain reasons, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know. Sorry. I'm still subscribed to Opus Clip. I'm just saying there's certain times where I use it and I don't use it, but it's I'm just nerding out right now and complaining. Love-hate relationship with AI. And again, like AI is opening a lot. Like it's cutting down like workflow times for a lot of people. Not just actors but even in the podcast space, like AI is like doing a lot of different crazy things.
They're coming for everyone's job. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. But honestly, like on a creative level, there's nothing like a human touch making clips or generating certain things. I still have to go down and clean up a couple of clips that, AI has done for me. And then even because right now I have where like on descriptions and stuff, like it's crazy because I upload this podcast right now, like it takes about like 10 minutes for the AI to generate the actual description of the podcast, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but I still have to go in, maybe change a couple names, change a couple of things there, but it cut at least
so then it doesn't do its fully job then.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like,
not 100%.
Not 100%. You still need that human touch in there,
which they're never gonna get rid of.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No,
hell no.
I don't know.
Maybe in the next
50 years, 60 years, or less.
I think less, dude.
I think even in 10 years we're gonna be able to.
It gets wild. So after when this podcast gets published, go on the YouTube, go on the Spotify. Read the description. That's AI, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but it's cool because it pulls out the keywords, the key topics, and all. It's still pretty good, but just know that I still go in there and finesse it a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah, so you still need humans and creative stuff, right? But there's another thing that I do want to talk to you about is, so what do you have in the future? Like from 5 years, 10 years, 1 year from now, like what are your goals looking like?
Well, hopefully like in a year or so, I want to see myself, hopefully I see myself working like in a movie set, film set.
Say you will see yourself.
Okay, let me rephrase that. In less than a year, I'm going to see myself in a film set or TV set, just depending what comes my way. And I'll be maybe a producer assistant, but I want to be a producer for sure. I am a producer. What am I talking about? But I do see myself like on a movie set, hopefully.
And
That's the ultimate goal.
ultimate.
Yeah.
So have you put a time stamp on that, or is it just ultimately this is what you want to do?
I mean, I don't want to put a timestamp because again, I'm going back to school. So it's imagine having to juggle both my master's and doing what I'm gonna be doing. So it's kind of like it's gonna be hard, but it should be manageable.
It will be manageable.
It is. You're right.
Alex, thanks for being on the podcast,
man.
bro.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. So go ahead and tell us
so
where we can find you and what you have coming up.
Yeah, so if you guys have Instagram, make sure to follow me at Alehkgee. That is Alehkgee. Also, there's a link up there. I have my IMDb coming soon, so hopefully when I start working jobs, I know I am. They'll be posted there, my website as well, and then those pictures, videos of stuff that I have done in the past, projects, events that I've gone to. If you guys start following me, I'm going to be posting like back up behind the scenes of stuff like that. I have an event coming up this Wednesdays. I'll be at the Newport Beach Film Festival with Derbez, the new movie Radical. So I'll be there posting stuff. And then I have a lot of stuff coming up actually. Next week I'll be hosting not hosting, but like I'll be the main person, I guess, talking and giving the Q&A.
So you're hosting.
There's a name for it. I forgot. Oh my god.
The guy giving the Q&A's got it.
The Q&A guy.
Yeah, the Q&A guy. But anyways, it should be fun. It's going to be with Todo Wafi, so it should be fun. And then Downtown LA Film Festival, they're having their film festival, Dia de los Muertos, and I'll be there as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I have a lot of things coming up.
Oof. Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that. It was awesome talking to you, bro.
Man. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
I had a lot of fun.
We got to have you again.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Another update.
I'm down. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But thank you, Alex. All Alex's links will be down in the show description. If you're listening to Spotify or YouTube, please subscribe, leave a comment, show some love. Amber and I will be at Horchateria on October 26th hosting an open mic night, music, poetry, comedy. Come down, wear your costume, come out, support local artists. And then me, I will be in Los Angeles at Accidental Chaos, opening up a comedy show, Idiot, at Jerry's on October 20th at 10 p.m. in my pajamas because that is very late, but I will be there opening up the show. So peace out. Boom.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.